Okay, you guys. I am going to be talking about hell today. I had a vision last night about hell, and God told me to share it with you guys. So it's going to be real quick. I just want to share my vision. As many of you may have noticed or may not have noticed, I have changed my name on my YouTube because the Father told me to do so. I was kind of scared to change it today because I knew things were getting serious then. But of course, God had a lot of people change their names in the Bible, but I changed it because He told me to do so. That's one thing about being a seer. It's so important to be obedient. Well, period. It's important to be obedient. But with being a seer, being obedient, your obedience basically has a lot to do with your gift. And last night, let me go jump right into it. I'm just going to pray over this video real quick. Lord, I thank you for bringing us here. I ask that you cover this video in your blood. I ask that every open ear is listening, every eye is able to see what you have for them in this video on today. Dear God, I ask that you cover it, God, so that way, if any attacks come against it, Lord, that it is removed and it is blocked. In the name of Jesus, I pray, amen. Amen and amen. Okay, so last night I was talking to God about, helping me, kind of control my. I'm trying to die. I'm not gonna say diet. I'm just trying to eat better. And I've been talking to God. I was talking to God last night about helping me control a lot of my eating habits. And we was talking about that. We was talking about, about my health, some of my health issues. And he was giving me some Bible verses and things to read, mainly on the lady about the issue of blood, because that is one of my issues, and different things. Anywho, I got in the bed last night and I prayed to God and I was talking to him and I ended up kind of dozing off. And this is when I had my vision about hell. Um, I'm going to give you the dream in full. It's kind of two parts, but I don't want to leave out the first part just in case it is tied in with the other. I do not know all the time what my dreams mean. Sometimes God gives them to me late at a later date. Sometimes He gives them to me at the same time. Sometimes I never know exactly what they mean. So if anyone want to comment below and tell me what you may think it meant, I'm happy to accept those. That's what we're here for, is actually to fellowship and bounce things off of each other. But let me start. Let me go ahead and give you the dream and stop babbling. So I entered the dream, the vision, I really want to call it, and I'm walking up to a dock, basically like going on a cruise. I don't know if you've ever been on a cruise, but if you have, when you're walking up on the dock, how you're walking up at a level. So anyway, I began to go up some stairs, and I see a wallet on the ground. Now there is a figure or a person with me. I could never see who the person was that was with me. All I know it was another female. So I pick up this wallet that I see on the staircase, and I see that there's money in it, but I never looked directly at the cash that was inside the wallet. When I looked at the person's name on the wallet, I knew exactly who the person was. I don't remember now who the name said, but that is really, I don't think it's really important anywho. So I began to go find the person who wallet it belonged to, and I was calling her name, and she turns around and I give her wallet, and she, tells me thank you. She acted like she was in a rush, and she keeps walking, and I turn around and begin to walk the other direction with the person that was with me. As I'm walking, I see the wallet again on the ground, and the person with me was like, "Look, she dropped it again." The wallet, it was more like a pocketbook. I'm gonna stop calling it a wallet. It was more like a pocketbook. It was a good size, and it was red, and it had like about this much cash in it, and it was like big bills, like $100 bills, and it was that thick. And I picked the purse up again. Was like, why she keep dropping it? But at that moment, I felt in my spirit that she was meaning to drop it. She was trying to lose her pocketbook or the cash even. So I pick it up again, and the person that was with me tells these guys that was painters, we found this pocketbook. We're gonna turn it in. Should we try and give it to you guys? And I was like, no. Why would you tell them that? So at this time, the guys comes beside me and they're walking with me, and they're like, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And I was like, no, I'm not. So I just keep walking. I was like, get away from me, because no, I'm not gonna give it to you. So we're walking, and at this time, I'm alone with just the guy that's trying to convince me to give him the pocketbook. And I'm walking up another staircase where the lady was before. And I'm sorry, guys, my brain froze. I'm walking up another staircase where the lady was before, and at this time I see a guy coming in a black leather jacket and a black V-neck, and he's like trying to like get to me. Well, he wasn't trying to get to me. He was trying to get the pocketbook in my hand. I was like, no, you can't have it. This belongs to whoever the lady was. So he's like, no, give it to me. He knocks the other guy out with his fist, and he shoots me dead. And so once he shoots me, I'm in this another place. It's like a building, and it has like little slots. Um, something. If you ever been to Top Golf or something like that, it's like little slots, little sections that you're in. And I'm in my own slot, and I see this black rope, and I grab the rope, and I'm hovering over hell. I see like lava, fire, and I can sense God was with me. The reason why I know that, because God was talking to me while I was hanging over the rope, like, do you want to experience this? And I said, yes, I want to experience it. And I let go of the rope. When I let go of the rope, no, let me go back, because I have to remember this. I was still holding on to the rope, and I see these figures. Well, dragons is what they were. I'm gonna pull it up for you. If you ever seen the movie How to Train a Dragon, that's the best way I could describe these dragons that was hovering over this lava of fire. They had wings and everything, and they was hovering. It was like about, I'm gonna say about 4 or 5 of them just hovering over the fire, and they wasn't doing anything. They weren't trying to scare me or anything. So that's how I kind of knew God was with me. I felt like I wasn't being convicted. I could be wrong. I did pray about it. I don't feel like I was being convicted. I didn't feel scared. I didn't feel anything in that sort of nature. I felt like this was just an experience that God was trying to show me something. And you'll understand more when I get more in detail. But these dragons was hovering over the lava. I'm trying to find it for you guys, but I can't promise you that I am. But these figures is hovering over the fire, and as I get closer to it, I let go of the rope, and as I get closer to the fire, in the fire actually, I look above me and I see these dark spirits just going back and forth over the fire, just going back and forth. And I guess you could say it's like dark spirits or demons just coming in and out of hell, pretty much. Okay, here is a picture of it. Let me click on it and see if it'll come up. I hope you guys can see it. This is not really a good picture, but the best one I can come up with. um, let me see. Can you guys see it? It looked like that, but it had wings. Kind of went away. Sorry, but hope you got it long enough. But the other demons was just going back and forth over the fire. And at that time, I began to drop in the fire, and I'm just dropping and dropping and dropping. And I believe it describes this in the Bible. I was trying to find the Bible verse, but I couldn't find it. But I needed to share this with you guys. And I began to ask God, like, forgive me, Lord, forgive me, forgive me, Lord, forgive me, get me out of here. And I was saying things like that. And I remember, when anyone gives me the experience of being in hell, there's the cry out. They're crying out for God to get them out. But of course, we know once you're there, you're there. But He pulls me out. Well, something pulls me out, but I believe it was God in my spirit. He pulls me out, and I'm on this concrete of ground. And I lays down on my face like, I'm trying to catch my breath and I'm trying to get myself together, and I'm just like, and as I'm doing that, God says to me, go and tell my people about this. And I wake up. So was I scared? Was I in tears when I got up? My eyes was watery, but I wasn't scared and I wasn't like just crying either. Again, I felt like that was an experience. God was trying to show me what hell was. Did I feel like I was in like? Did I feel like it was dark? I heard a lot of people saying it's real dark. Of course, we know it's dark, but because God was with me all the time, I didn't feel that darkness. I seen it, but I didn't feel it. I wasn't tortured or anything like that either. Um, I just believe God was with me the entire time. He was just trying to show me so that way I can share this. And that's the thing about being a seer. God shows us many things that has nothing to do with us personally. Do I need to be cautious about everything I'm doing in my life? Of course. Do I need to be asking for forgiveness? Of course. The same with anyone else listening to this video. We want to continue to be asking for forgiveness, praying, and trying to build a relationship with God every day. And I just wanted to share this with you guys real quick. I have another stream that I want to share, but I do need to seek God on it a little bit more before I share it. And once He gives me permission to share it, I will. Thank you guys for listening. Please leave any comments below of anything that you think the dream may have meant, especially when it comes to the whole pocketbook situation, because I really don't know what that could have meant. I'm open to any comments that you may have. Thank you for listening, you guys. Be blessed. Remember, without God, you're nothing.